Hello and welcome to another episode of Broke to Dope. On this video I will be doing a coolant flush and replacement on my Ford Ranger. So this is sort of a bit of a how-to. Just a quick setup. It's parked on flat ground, park brakes on, engine is cold. I've removed the bash plate and now I'm going to drain it. So on most cars there should be a bung on the bottom of the radiator. Sometimes there isn't, which is very annoying, but that's generally where you drain it from. I have the radiator cap still on to stop the flow being so hectic at the start. Alright, so let's drain it. And generally this gets messy. Alright, so now I will remove the cap. And like I said, this will get messy. If you can drain a radiator without making a mess, please let me know. Now that I've cleaned up all that mess, I'm going to put the bung back in. I caught about 5 litres and I had to clean up about 5 litres because as soon as you loosen the pressure on in the cooling system, the water just comes straight out of there and hits that and goes everywhere. So it's all fun and games. So now I will put water in to do the coolant flush. Okay, so this is where we'll be filling it up from. This is the expansion chamber, and on the side here you can see there's like a max and a minimum sign. So I'll just be filling it up with water. So when filling up a cooling system, there is always the chance of air bubbles, which is your enemy. You basically just got to fill it up slowly, let the bubbles rise to the top. Every cooling system is different on every car, but what we do is we fill it up, then we'll run the car, get it to operating temperature so the thermostat opens, we'll run it for a while, then we'll drain the water out, and then basically we'll rinse and repeat until the water comes out as clear as we can get it. Generally I'll take it for a good drive as well to get it really hot and just to ensure that the water pump is really moving hard so it can flush out all the crap from inside the cooling system. So yeah, basically I'll just fill it up now and go from there. I filled it up to the max, but you can hear air bubbles coming up, so if I just squeeze the top radiator hose, you can hear that there's air in there. So you're basically just going to have to keep filling it up. I'll probably start it up, get the water pumping through the system and get rid of as much air as I can. Okay, I've filled it up. There's still a couple of air bubbles coming through, but I'm going to start up the car and just get it running through. Okay. Alright, so now we'll just see if that's come down a bit, which it has. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to top that up. I'm going to start it up again and I'm going to run it to its hot, or to its running temperature, and then I'll just keep topping it up as I go. Okay, so I just took the car for a drive, got the engine up to operating temperature. What I mean by that is on the gauge it's in that middle range where you'll see that, you know, sort of your car sort of runs in the middle, so as long as it gets up to that first bar, that should be operating temperature, and the thermostat will be open and it will flush out the actual engine itself. So now I'm going to drain it again. Obviously I've got to be cautious because the coolant will be, or the water will be hot, so I will release the pressure carefully on these. So on the expansion chamber you can kind of be a bit more safer than you would be if it was a radiator cap, because it can explode in your face and that will burn. So I'll just crack the pressure. Okay, so now that I know that the pressure is cracked, I'll put the cap back on. Drain it from the plug, make a big mess again, clean it up, refill it with water, and keep doing that until the coolant or the water is clean that comes out. Basically clear. It will never be perfectly clear unless your car's brand new, but I'll just keep doing that until it's as clean as I can get it, maybe 3 or 4 times, and then I will add the coolant. Okay, so I've finished doing the coolant flush. I've just filled it up with water for now until I get coolant tomorrow, but I ended up rinsing it, well, flushing it 3 times. These, as you can see on the left there, the first time I flushed it, so quite a bit of coolant still left in it, but no muck or brown colour to it, so the cooling system is quite clean. Then you can see the second time, it's more of a pink colour. Third time it's quite clear, and now I've just got more water in it. So by the 4th time it should be perfect to put the new coolant in. So I'll be back tomorrow with the new coolant. Okay, I'm back with the coolant. I chose the super cheap auto coolant premix. It was the cheapest option, $20 for 5 litres. So basically all this cost me $50. At the moment I'm just draining the rest of the water out, and then I'll be filling the radiator up with this coolant, running it up, getting up to temperature, and then it'll be done. This is the water that came out of our last drain, so it's basically water as clear as day basically. So now I'm going to add the coolant. Another thing I forgot to mention is that when you're flushing the cooling system, to have the heater on, because that allows you to flush the heater core as well, because a lot of muck can get caught up in there. Yeah, so I'm going to continue filling this up. Okay, so I've just taken it for a drive, the level's still good, and it's all good. So that's done. I'm going to put the bash plate back on, and then that's it. Thanks for watching. Anyone who has watched to this point, if you subscribe and comment on the car that you would like to do a coolant change on, please do so, and you could go into the draw to win 5 litres of coolant. So subscribe, comment please, and thank you. See you later.